Welcome to Master Your Money and Mindset, the podcast where financial success meets personal growth. I'm Elizabeth Heiza, Chief Marketing Officer at the Barnum Financial Group, and today we are diving into an incredibly important topic, the direct connection between your finances and your mindset. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive financially while others struggle, even when they have similar incomes? So if you have two friends in your group, or if you have a large friend group and a lot of you all make roughly the same amount of money, why some of you seem to be doing well and others seem to be struggling. Maybe you're the one who seems to be doing a little bit better while you're watching somebody else struggle, or maybe you're the one struggling while seeing all your friends do better than you. A lot of times, the answer of why one person is doing better than someone else often lies in your mindset. And this is in every area of life, but especially when it comes to finances. Your mindset can have a very, very big impact on your level of success, and financial management, financial literacy is no exception to that. So, in this episode, we are going to explore how your thoughts and beliefs shape your financial reality, the power of financial habits, and practical strategies to move you into more of a wealth building mindset. So lots of people think of wealth as this out of my league level of attainment, that it's something that is just untouchable. You'll never get there. But wealth itself is truly a mindset. And you have to get into that wealth building mindset before you could even take one step. But let's dive in together. So number one, let's talk about how your mindset shapes your finances. Many people think financial success is just about making more money, but in reality, your mindset plays a critical role in how you manage, grow, and retain that wealth. And here's why. So number one, it's your beliefs about money that create your reality. So if you believe that money is scarce, hard to earn, your actions will reflect that, what we refer to as scarcity mindset. Money is scarce. There's not enough to go around. I'll never have it. On the other hand, if you view money as a tool for growth and opportunity, you'll make financial decisions with confidence and abundance, and you will live in what we refer to as an abundance mindset, which means there's more than enough to go around. So if you live in scarcity mindset, which means that you don't believe there's ever enough, there's money is scarce, there'll never be enough of it, then that's what your reality will start to become. Versus if you live in an abundance mindset where there's more than enough to go around, that's where your reality will become. And as always, you get to choose what mindset you are in. So your beliefs about money will create your reality. Number two, having fear versus having confidence when making financial decisions. So a lack of confidence in financial decision-making often leads to avoiding, missing opportunities, staying stuck in the same financial struggles over and over and over again. So if you say to yourself every year, how come I can't manage my budget? Or how come I'm always overdrawing? Or how come I always have so much debt on my credit card? Or how come I never have any cash on hand to take advantage of opportunities? If those repeat struggles are happening over and over and over again, it could be due to a lack of confidence because you're not making smart financial decisions. You're avoiding doing the things you know you need to do that can put you into a better place. So what you want to do is develop a more positive financial mindset, which will allow you to take more calculated risks and grow your wealth. The best thing you could do to build confidence when making financial decisions is to always speak with a financial professional. There's nothing that will give you more confidence than working with someone who works with finances and money and personal finance every day. So no question is ever too big or too small, but there's no better way to build your confidence than to get educated and speak with somebody. The third step you could take from a mindset standpoint that will shape your finances is to take some time and look backwards, because the impact of your childhood and any type of social conditioning is what actually shapes those beliefs you have about money. So many of our money beliefs come from our upbringing. If you grew up in a household where money was a constant source of stress or arguing, you may unconsciously carry that same fear into your adulthood now. but that doesn't have to be forever. You can always reprogram your beliefs to work in your favor. So in my house, sometimes that does happen where when I was growing up, one parent was very, very focused on money and had a scarcity mindset, while the other parent had an abundance mindset. And although I appreciated both my parents for what they taught me financially, it was very confusing growing up because I didn't know, was money good or was money bad? Did we have money or did we not have money? So once I came into adulthood and I started earning my own money, I definitely had a little bit of both mindsets that I had to work through. But it goes to show you that what you were conditioned for as a child does not have to be the beliefs that you bring into adulthood. You could change your beliefs. You could change your mindset when it comes to anything, but specifically when it comes to money. You do not have to carry your parents' or your grandparents' beliefs about money into your world if it's not working best for you. Okay, so those are 3 ways that your mindset could impact your finances. So now that you know what your mindset is doing, let's get you into the right mindset, into an abundance mindset, but then let's pair it with some intentional habits. So let's explore how some small shifts in your mindset and in your everyday habits can lead to more long-term success. You want to create habits that's going to keep you in these abundance mindset, and it's going to keep you into making smart money decisions. So the first one is pretty simple, is to have gratitude and an appreciation for money. So instead of focusing on what you lack or what you don't make or how much less you make than you think you should be making, start to appreciate the money you do have. Because when you respect your money, you will naturally manage it better. So my husband and I had this conversation, and we always think our ability to work is a privilege. And we have gratitude for our jobs and our employers and our clients, all of whom we count on every day to help bring money into our household so we can live the lifestyle that we want to live. So of course, when it comes to money, everybody always wants more versus less, but we have a heavy, heavy appreciation for what we do have and the money and the money that we make and the jobs and the people that help us in that process. So number 1 is have gratitude. Number 2, move yourself from that scarcity to that abundance thinking. So instead of saying things like, I can't afford this, shift to, how can I afford this? In my house now, I use the statement of, I could afford anything I want, but I'm choosing not to buy this. So that means that puts the power back on me. Not that I can't afford it. I would just rather not spend my money on that. And that's the message I tell my children when they ask me for whatever it is at Target or whatever fast food place they want me to get dinner from that night or whatever it is. Or what I tell myself when I'm roaming around Target and I don't want to spend, the extra $50 on whatever it is. I tell myself, I'm choosing not to buy that. I'm going to choose to save that money instead of spend that money. And that puts you in a very, very powerful seat versus the statement of, oh, we can't afford that. That puts you in a victim state. So maintain your power, fix your language so that you stay powerful. The third habit you can make is delayed gratification and long-term thinking. So it's said that the wealthiest individuals think long term. So instead of spending impulsively, they will invest, save, and plan for the future. So on a recent episode, I talked about what was commonly referred to as the envelope method of saving. So if you want to save $2,000 for a vacation, you multiply how many weeks that's going to take you from the time you want to start saving until the time you go on vacation. And every week you put that amount of money into an envelope. And you delay that vacation gratification until you have the money saved. Versus putting all $2,000 on a credit card and God knows how long it takes you to pay that off. And then God knows how much you're paying in interest because of how long you kept it on the card. So learn to delay gratification when it comes to your expenses. Ask yourself if you really, really need that expense right now. So in my house, something I tried was our Amazon expenses can easily get out of control. And it's a number I watch all the time because every month when I look back at how much we spent on Amazon, I am over the moon shocked that we spent that amount of money. So I put a new rule in my house that nobody could order without waiting 24 hours. So that forces people to ask themselves to stop the impulse and to ask themselves if they really do need that expense. My kids aren't placing orders, so mainly this is just me and my husband doing it. But 9 times out of 10, after we've slept on it or after we've waited a day or two, we really didn't need whatever gadget or tool or whatever it was that we said we did need. And that $20 can now stay safely in our account. But you do that 2 or 3 times a week over 4 weeks, that's a good amount of savings a month on stuff that you really didn't need that will surely not be missed in our household. So delay that gratification and ask yourself if you really, really need what you're looking to buy. Okay, so we have our mindset right. We have some habits that can help shift our mindset. Now, let's take some practical steps on how we can build what we talked about earlier, which is a wealthy mindset. So number 1 is to educate yourself. Put yourself in a power position by, just what I said before, working with a financial professional. That is the very best thing you could do to educate yourself. If you're not ready to take that step just yet, if you're a little bit nervous about that, read books, listen to podcasts, stay informed. That will make you a much better consumer when you do end up meeting with a financial advisor. My 2 favorite financial related books are Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and also Tony Robbins' Money, Master the Game. Those are 2 really, really phenomenal books. I'm not recommending you do exactly what they say in each of them, but they're really, really great for just general education and they're nice reads. So number 1 is get yourself educated so you feel confident. Number 2 is to surround yourself with wealth conscious people. If your environment influences your mindset, or we know your environment influences your mindset, so spend time with people who have a healthy relationship with money. If you are constantly around a group of friends that are complaining about money, or if you are constantly surrounded by coworkers who are complaining about money, or you're constantly surrounded by family members who are complaining about money, 9 times out of 10, you are going to be complaining about money. If everybody in your world lives in a scarcity mindset, just by proximity, you are going to inhabit that mindset as well. So I'm not saying you completely leave everybody in your world, but in addition to your village now, find people who have a wealthy mindset. Find people who do have an abundant mindset. Find people who can help you, who you can talk about money with, who can help educate you, who you can check out how they manage their money, how they do a budget, what financial aggregation tools they may use. But surround yourself with wealth conscious individuals. The more you do that, the more you will take on the same mindset as them. The next actionable step you could take is to set clear financial goals. Setting clear financial goals is going to help you make sure that you stay on track and that you have direction of where you're going. So short-term goals, anything within the year, maybe 2 years. Long-term goals are anything that are between that 2-year mark and maybe that 5-year mark. Anything after that, if you're saving something that's more than 5 years out, that's again where you're going to want to talk to a financial professional because it may be time you set up a financial plan. So a financial plan is going to lay out exactly where you are today versus where you want to be. And it's going to fill in the blank with steps you need to take. So if you're talking about really, really big savings goals, such as a new home or retirement or saving for financial education or caring for a loved one, those are really, really big expenses. So you want to make sure that you have a plan in place to help get you there. Because if you don't get there, your lifestyle is going to be impacted. Your loved ones are going to be impacted. So when you're looking 5+ years out, that's time to talk to somebody and put a financial plan in place. Okay. But nonetheless, set clear financial goals so you know what your objectives are, but so more importantly, you know when you hit them. There's nothing better than when you say to yourself, I want to save some money this month. And I guess you save a few bucks, but saving money could be saving $20. But if you set a clear goal of, I want to save $100 this month, and you hit that goal, that's a really, really wonderful feeling. So don't miss out on that by setting unclear, unmotivating goals. Okay. The next one is develop a positive money mantra. So replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations such as, I'm in control of my finances, or money flows to me easily and abundantly. In my house, I say it all the time to my husband, who sometimes appreciates it and sometimes rolls his eyes at it. But he says, I always say money flows to us with ease. And I say these in moments where expenses are just overwhelming, when I just feel like we are just constantly spending money, and it's that sinking feeling in your stomach. And I always end with, well, good thing money always flows to us with ease. And then we kind of end the conversation. So it's just something that helps me stay in that scarcity mindset, so I just don't get overwhelmed by what's happening in my financial world. And lastly, the very best thing that you can always do for your mindset, whether we're talking finances or whether we are talking anything that you want to accomplish, is to take an action, no matter how small it is. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start saving, investing, or budgeting. Small steps will lead to really, really big results over time. So don't wait until you get a new job, or don't wait until the kids are out of daycare, or whatever is holding you back. Start to save, even if it's just $5 a day or $5 a week. You'll never regret saving money, because there will be a time when you need it, and having just a few bucks ready for that moment makes you feel so much better. So the best thing you could do is just take one action from something that we talked about. For final thoughts, your mindset and your finances are deeply, deeply connected. Your mindset and everything you do is deeply connected, but your financial situation is no exception to that. So if you want to improve your financial situation, start by changing your thoughts and your habits around money. Remember that financial success isn't just about how much you make. It's about how you think, plan, and act with your money. My friends, that is it for today's episode of Master Your Money and Mindset. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share with someone who might benefit from this mindset shift. Until next time, stay smart with your money and strong in your mindset. Thank you for listening to Master Your Money and Mindset. You can find these episodes on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you heard. You can follow Barnum Financial Group on LinkedIn and Instagram. Thanks so much.
All opinions expressed by the program participants are solely their current opinions and do not reflect the opinions their respective parent companies or affiliates or the companies with which the program participants are affiliated. Investments or strategies mentioned in this program may not be suitable for you, and you should make your own independent decision regarding them. This material does not take into account your particular investment objectives, financial situation, or needs, and is not intended as recommendations appropriate for you. You should strongly consider seeking advice from your own investment advisor. Securities and investment advisory services offered through qualified registered representatives of MML Investor Services, LLC. Member SIPC, 6 Corporate Drive, Shelton, Connecticut, 06484, telephone number 203-513-6000.